The number one station in the streets. 94.9 The City.
Hey, world, it's your boy Chico Boom coming to you live right here at 94.9 The City, Fort Myers, Florida. Welcome to the Boombox. Real topics, real people, real conversations. Today, I have a dope guest in the building today. My boy, my friend, my fellow entrepreneur, hustler, go-getter, Seth Hayes. What up, Seth? What's going on, my brother?
Yo, what's up, Boom? Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Nah, man, thanks for being here, brother. I mean, I know you're a very busy person. I know you got a lot going on, man. So for you taking that time out of your schedule to come and being on the show, it's a real honor, my brother. I want to talk to you, man, and I wanted you on the show because of your story. You got a super dope story. We've had countless conversations. Not only are we friends, but I'm your barber as well. And we've had some dope conversations over the years of your background, where you come from, where you're at today. I mean, you're in a phenomenal space right now. And I want to motivate some people that might be in a dark place, that, you know, have a dream, that maybe their dream is not coming true, believing in their dream and staying at it. Like, you are a self-made, self-paid entrepreneur, man. Like, you're doing big things. Tell me a little bit about you, where you were born and raised.
All right. I grew up in Central Ohio in a town called Newark. A lot of people think Newark, New Jersey, but Newark, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
East of Columbus.
Cool.
My mom, single mom. I have a half brother, half sister. We all have different dads. Their dads really didn't come around or nothing. My dad came around a little bit, but I didn't meet him till I was probably fourth grade, something like that. So my mom raised us, worked hard, had to leave early, you know what I mean? So I would have to get up, take myself to school, you know, walk to school. I'd normally be like one of the first kids to school because I didn't want to just chill at the house by myself, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't fun. So I'd be like, let me go crack on some kids at school or whatever, you know, talk some smack, have some fun.
Right.
So yeah, man. So I grew up in Ohio. I was an athlete growing up, playing sports, having fun. And then after high school, my mom got a job offer to move to California.
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah, man, I had to kind of make a decision what I wanted to do. And Ohio.
So you were playing baseball at this time, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I played football, baseball, basketball.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir. And I was playing sports, and I had to kind of make a decision, but I had hurt my arm, and kind of baseball wasn't really in the picture anymore. So I had to kind of make a decision. And I knew if I stayed in my hometown, I probably would end up in some trouble, man.
How is Newark, Ohio, growing up? What kind of town is it?
It's very working class, man. Ohio's very working class, blue collar, man. People work hard, but then they party, man. A lot of drugs. Ohio's known for it's one of the most populated pill places in the world.
Wow.
Big time, yeah. A lot of heroin, yeah, just a lot of
addicts.
drugs. People don't know what to do. There's not a lot to do after they get off work, so they want to change their headspace, and unfortunately, they do it with, you know, different vices, whatever that may be. So
you saw California as your way out, your ticket.
Yeah, man.
Get out of here.
Correct. I didn't want to be like Al Bundy from Married with Children. Some of you have never seen that show, but I don't want to be like the old dude in my hometown where, like, man, I remember you used to be a player. I remember used to be, you know, used to have games, you could get girls. Off. Yeah, I'm just
now
like,
you got a big stomach.
Yeah, I'm working
at
at
kids
the selling shoes. Yeah,
exactly.
I was like, yo, I got to make something happen, man.
So what part of Cali did you end up in?
So I moved. My mom took a job offer from a newspaper in Eureka, California, which if you look at that on the map, man, it's literally more north than Ohio. So I was about 6 hours north of San Francisco, about 2 hours south of Oregon. So there's actually a Netflix documentary on it called Murder Mountain. It's interesting.
Murder Mountain, I saw that one.
Check that out.
So that's what it's based out of.
Yeah, I lived out there.
A lot of hippies out there.
Correct.
Wow. So you go to Eureka, like, what was your first thought going over there? Like,
for me, I swear to God, the first thing I said, yo, does it snow there? And they said, nah, it doesn't stick because I'm by the ocean. I said, I'm in there.
Wow.
Because growing up in Ohio, man, like moving around in the snow and stuff, I didn't like that.
You didn't like that?
That's why I like play basketball. I stayed in the gym in wintertime because it felt like summer. I was sweating with tank tops.
Right. And the cool thing about Cali is, like, you can be at the beach and drive up 4 hours and be in the snow in the same damn day.
100. And it's beautiful, man. Literally, California has every possible thing that you could want. Like if you want scenery, or if you know, trees, if you want beautiful rivers, if you want to swim, you know what I'm saying, fishing, whatever.
So you are, they move you from the Midwest
yeah.
over here to paradise.
Correct.
You're young.
Yep. I was 19, 18,
What
19.
are you doing at this time?
So I was just a little kind of knucklehead, didn't know nobody, literally not one person, my sister and my mom. So my mom got a job at the newspaper, so I worked there. I answered telephones, and when people didn't get their newspaper, they yelled at me,
Wow.
like, yo, I didn't get my paper. And then I would send someone out to take them the paper back out, whatever.
So you're dealing with their crap all day.
Correct. And I'm the type of person, you know me well, so I was sitting there, man, and I would be seeing people, you know, taking the calls, and in between calls, they'd be reading a magazine. This is kind of before cell phones were popping and
Right.
stuff. But I went to my boss, not even on like no brown noser stuff, but I was like, yo, you like, can I help you like do data entry? Like, can I do something to fill the in between the calls? Like,
Right.
I'm not trying to read people
So you've
magazines.
always been that self-driven, work
Yeah.
addict type of
Yes.
person at a young age.
Yeah. So he kind of was like, okay. So then he tried me, and you know, I did my thing. So next thing you know, I was 19 and I was the head of that department within about a year of working at that paper.
I think that's so dope though. Like even that age that you know that you had that installed in you, man. There's so many people right now, man, that could be utilizing their time doing something different. You know what I mean? Like they want position. They say they want a position, or they say they want to move up in whatever workspace they're in, but they do nothing with the little bit of downtime that they do have. They're quick to pick up the cell phone. They're quick to, you know, check their social media or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And even back then, let's say, you know, okay, maybe there wasn't any social media around back then, but like you said, they were picking up magazines and doing other things other than what they wanted to do. And actually people want to make more money at the end of the day, but
Right.
they don't take those initial steps. So here you are, you're like, hey, I need to get going and doing something. You move up and become the head of that department.
Yep. Head of that department. And at this point, I you know, I really, like I said, I don't know anyone. So I'm kind of like, I'm going to the gym. And at this point, I just joined like a regular gym. It was kind of like, I would say equivalent of like maybe a LA Fitness here. It was called Health Sport.
Right.
Shout out Health Sport. And so I'm going there, just doing my thing. Don't really exactly know what I'm doing. But I've been an athlete my whole life. So just the basic stuff that they always made us do in football, basketball, baseball, just kind of no set plan, you know, whatever.
Right.
And a lady from the gym, she turned out to be the owner of that place. Her name's Susan Jansen. She kind of came up to me, and I was a little bit cocky. I'm not going to lie. I thought she was like hitting on me or something, like cougar or something. Because she was like, you know, I see something in you, this and that. And
you're like, yeah, all right.
I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But it turned out that she was being real, man. She really did see something about me. She said that she felt that when she watched me in the gym, because she had an office that overlooked the gym, like clear. She was like, I see how you move around. People like you. You have a certain charisma to you. I like it, and you should look at training. I kind of was like, all right, it's weird, whatever. I was still doing my thing, making money. And it got to a point where the newspaper thing was cool, but every day when I went, people were mad at me. And I had to overcome those things, you know, which is cool. It made me a better person.
Now, when you say the people were mad, it was the employees or the people calling about the newspaper?
Well, eventually it got to be both, because the newspaper, right? But then the way I moved up in the game,
They
my
hate
mom
you now.
being there, oh, of course, you know.
Yeah. They're thinking,
Oh, he's getting promoted 'cause his mom.
or whatever,
Yeah.
but it was really you're outworking them.
Absolutely not taking no days off, no smoke breaks, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing like that, just working.
Right, and I
But-
think that's important right there, man. People need to understand that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? How important it is to out. But not just that, like the people not realizing why you're moving up. They're not even seeing you outwork them. They just think you're just coming and showing up to work and you got it because of your mom.
Exactly.
Or whatever. So that kind of like made you a little unhappy.
Yep. It helped motivate me even more. And then, so eventually, but I got to a point where, like you said, the job was getting me unhappy. It just made me like regret. Like I stopped not looking forward to going to work, even though it was a good check. I was had benefits, good pay. But this lady was like, look, man, I really want to mentor you in personal training. I want to help you study for the exam. And I want to kind of take you under my wing. Just think about it. I was like, all right. So
now the exam is for personal training?
Correct. So in personal training, there's all kinds of exams. And like a lot of things, like in barbering, whatever, you could be a Redken stylist, or you can have these different umbrellas under you.
Right.
And in my field, there's you know, I would say 5 really top ones, and I have 2 of those.
Right.
And they're ones that you could go anywhere in the world and people recognize those. And then there's a lot that are just whatever, you know. So
Right.
she was like, look, I'm going to help prepare you for this, and you'll be able to take this anywhere in the world with you. And even if you don't train and don't like it, you'll learn about your body and know more about your own workouts.
So you're in your 20s at this time?
20. I'm about 20, 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now were you inked up the way you are now?
I was starting to, yes, sir.
You're
I was
pretty
starting
inked
to.
up, man.
I was pretty inked up, and I would, you know, when I was working out, I was wearing tank tops and stuff like
Right.
that. And so I said to her, you know, this won't be a problem. And she said, no, honestly, I feel like it's part of your.
Gives you a unique look. I mean, I remember the first time I met you. First of all, I didn't, you know, the people listening that can't see you right now, You know, I thought you was some Spanish guy from Gangland or something. Like you was just all tatted up, and
Right.
I remember meeting you and chopping it up with you, and I'm like, this guy's not Spanish, he's not from Gangland or whatever. Like just, you know, you got that whole Cali swag, and getting to know you, whatever. But you have a distinctive look, you know what I mean? So that can either go really good or really bad. And in your favor, you made it go really good.
Absolutely. And so I did well with it. Thank you, by the way. And in California, and people treated me really well there. But back to like what we were talking about before, California is very liberal. I mean, they're very accepting of everyone.
Right.
Very, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I fit in, and I am too.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love everybody. I don't judge people. I like people that like to stand out and be different.
Right.
You know, I'm never like hating on people or someone's trying to act a certain way unless they're, you know, a
Unless
problem.
they gotta come and go
Correct.
too,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. If they're acting the wrong,
donkeys.
then I'm gonna stand up for what's right. But at the end of the day, you know, people were very accepting of me, so it was
she
cool.
took a liking to you. She took a liking to your look and everything.
Yep.
And then you go ahead and you take her up on that offer.
Yes, sir. And so coming from where I came from, I had a good customer service background, right? Like a solid from just dealing with people, overcoming people yelling at me and kind of smoothing it out.
Right.
So that helped. And yeah, man. And then I just hit the ground running, man. So it helped too because I was training at that gym working out. So when I put the shirt on, people were kind of like, you know, it'd be like if I come in to Booms all the time, get my hair cut, and all of a sudden I'm cutting.
Right.
Even the people that see me, they'll be like, okay, so that's cutting.
Right.
So it helped.
You're in great shape.
Thank you.
So here you are, a kid from the Midwest, moves to Cali. Now you're on the West Coast. You start picking up this Cali swag. You start interacting and meeting different people. You meet this lady, and she motivates and pushes you to get certified to be a real personal trainer. Talk to me about this DVD, because you had a DVD, like you were on some Richard Simmons type ish,
Yeah.
like way
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you was
Hey.
on, you had your own DVD, like, and this is before.
A lot of people don't even know what DVD is.
Yeah,
but
they don't even know what a DVD
Yeah,
is. People,
for real.
for all the young listeners and viewers, a DVD is a disc that you put in something called a DVD player. I know you guys might know what that is, but very vintage. But you have your DVD. This is before Facebook. This is before Instagram.
Yeah.
This is before MySpace.
I think MySpace would just got popping, but I was weird about it because, you know me, I'm old school. So I was
Right.
like, man, I don't want everyone knowing my business.
Right.
I'm telling people where I'm at.
Right. So what motivated you to do a DVD? Like, what idea popped in your head? Like, I said, I need a DVD.
All right, so this lady, back just a teeny bit, so to precursor this, but so this lady was like, so when you're a trainer, every 2 years I have to go to places and continue my education, just like these guys that come and learn from you and these platform artists. It's
Right.
dope. And I'm big on that, man. And a lot of people, they cut and then they just cut and they don't ever go learn. So every 2 years I go and I learn from the best in the game. Actually, you and I were in Orlando together one time.
Yeah.
I was across the
With
street.
two
and
different conventions going on at
Right.
the same time.
And so when I go and learn from the best, just like I did in high school, I steal from people that are smarter than me, right?
Right, absolutely.
And then I apply it. So I'm like, dang, these dudes are doing the same thing as me. So I must be doing, you know, a pretty good job. So with that being said, like, it's important to me to maintain those certifications and stay at the top of my craft and continue learning. So when I would do that, my owner, Susan Jensen from Hellsport, was like, you should be up there. And I'm like, man, you know, I feel like when I go there, man, like, I feel like I could do it. Like, they're saying the same stuff as me, and I'm presenting, you know, she was like, I'm telling you, man, you have a dope package that you're, like, these classes you're doing. So that was the goal. And so she kind of started motivating me then. And then life for me kind of took a little turn in California. I've been there for 10 years, and my days were very Groundhog's Day because I retain my clients because I do a good job, just like you.
Right.
So when people, I love how you cut my hair, I'm coming back. So most of my clients I train literally, man, every day, which was a blessing. Don't get me wrong. But I was ready for something new. So I went to this lady and I said, Susan, and I had gotten some weird signs, like my mom was sending me some Bible verses, and I got a couple divine interventions in the universe. Things sent me a couple messages.
It's like, go for it.
Yeah.
It's your time. Do it.
And just, tighten up. What are you doing, man?
Right.
You know, your family's not here anymore. So,
Right.
because my mom had moved away. So I was in
Where's
California.
Where's she at now?
Florida.
Oh, she came to Florida.
That's why I came here. So,
Okay, so now you got the DVD.
yep.
What are you letting those DVDs go for?
So
What were you selling them
when we
for?
were selling them for like $19.99.
19, and this is back in the day.
Back in the day. And I got a percentage of those. I signed my little contract. You know what I'm saying?
And then
give me my percent.
You're popping these DVDs, which is probably still available out there. You can probably
Yeah.
put you up on YouTube or something.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We pulled up right now, YouTube.
Right.
For sure.
So
Strong, stable, Rit with Seth Hayes.
strong. What is it?
Strong, stable, and Rit with Seth Hayes, because I was trying to give you a bargain for
Strong, stable, and Rit with Seth Hayes.
It's actually 3 workouts, 3 different ones.
Oh man,
on one DVD.
Go check that out, you guys, on YouTube. You see
Yeah,
my man Seth
please.
in action, man. So that's dope. So you get the DVD, you get that popping. Now here you are in a great place, in a great space, and you're doing great financially. You know what I mean? You're out there in Cali, you're living the dream. So was your mother moving to Florida your main motivation, and why did you move to Florida? Did you move solely just because you wanted to be closer to her?
Yeah. So you know how I am, man. I work a lot. And
a lot of people don't know you're crazy about your mom.
Crazy about my mom, man. Right. And so she had moved out, and I hadn't. She had lived in Florida for about 5 years, and I still lived in Cali. And so in that 5 years, I had only visited her a couple times.
Right.
And so, I started to be like, yo, man, I need to get closer to
But
my
you
family.
didn't need to, though. Like, you could have just made your whole life over there.
Absolutely. I was killing
doing your thing at the gym.
Absolutely.
You didn't need to. But being the type of person that you are, and you're always trying to strive for more and be better and keep growing. And so you saw moving to Florida as an opportunity.
Absolutely. My mom made a lot of sacrifice for me growing up. And, she was like, I just miss being around you. I miss chopping up with you. I miss watching you play sports, like playing basketball or playing softball, baseball. And so, I was like, I miss her. I miss being out there. So, and like we talked about, I was ready for a change. So I was like, I'm ready to move to Florida and see, am I actually this dope? Or did people in California just like accept me?
Right.
You know what I mean? I was like, I'm going to start all the
you're
way
ready
over.
for a new challenge at this point.
Yeah.
And that's the type of person you are. I've always known you to, you can't stay still. I swear, like, you know what I mean? Like, you got ants in your pants. You're always on the move. You're always going. You're always hustling. You're always doing something. Like, you're the hardest working person at your gym. You know what I mean? That from what I've seen. And no, and not to knock anybody else, but
no.
You're the type of person that if somebody does 10, you want to do 12 just to keep
100. 14 probably.
Right. So here you are. You say, Mom, I'm coming to Florida.
Yep.
So you move over here not knowing anyone.
Nobody.
Start up at ground zero.
Yeah.
You don't even know what gyms are popping. You don't know nothing. So
No.
you get a job ultimately at a gym.
Correct.
Again.
Yep. So before I came out here, I had my DVDs on point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I was like, yo, I'm coming with these.
Right.
That's like going to be part of my resume.
Right.
And so I had sent stuff around to all the local gyms here. But it was funny, man. Coming here, California is definitely ahead of the game, right? You've been out there. So people were here were a little bit behind. And it was funny. Every gym I went to wanted me to sell. They're like, oh man, we need sales guys, because that's
back then. That was popping back.
Yeah,
then.
and
they
that's
didn't
really
have the whole CrossFit thing.
No.
Wasn't really big over there.
No, and most gyms
over here. You know what I mean?
The sales guys are the
right.
Yep.
And even the personal trainers wasn't, not as big as they are now.
Correct.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So you get into a gym. What was the first gym you worked at?
Here it was called the Omni Club.
Okay.
The Omni Club, which was a blessing. That club, when I moved here to Florida, was kind of like the
that was the go-to spot. And I've been a member of the Omni ever since it was the Omni, obviously, and then it obviously a new owner came and changed it to Around the Clock Fitness. Still a member there, and so you start working there.
Yeah.
So what do you do there? Like, what was your first day like?
First day, they made me shadow, trainers, and like, oh, you got to watch how we do it here.
Sucked.
And
for
it's
you,
funny.
I know that sucked.
Well, because at this point, I'm 10 years in the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm shadowing. It'd be like, yo, Boom's coming to this shop and look at this kid cutting hair for 2 years.
Yeah.
You're like, all right. And I'm seeing all the stuff he's doing bad. Yeah. And I'm kind of like, but just like I know how you would be, I'm like, I see exactly how I'm going to make. So I'm shadowing these guys, seeing all the stuff they're missing.
And you're looking for your leeway right now. You're looking through your avenue.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already setting
weaving.
down your path.
I'm setting my path. I see the stuff that people aren't doing. I'm seeing what everyone's kind of doing and what the wave is. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to strike. So what really made me hot, man, was I went to the sales guys and they said, hey, you need to put your schedule out. And you need to highlight the times that you're available in the day. I said, no sweat. So the schedule was 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. was your availability. I highlighted the whole joint.
Right.
I took it back, and they came back laughing. He said, dude, what are you doing, man? You messed this up. I said, well, how so? He said, you said you were available from 5 to 10. I said, I am, bro. I get it. I'm a hustler. I'll be here anytime you tell me. I don't got no clients. You tell me they want to be at 5. Someone tells me they want to come at 9 p.m. I'm here. I'm going to blow them up. And the dude, he just got a big smile on his face. He just went back. And then next thing you know, boom, all the sales dudes were like, yo, this dude is hungry. Like, give him the dude.
Right.
Because the sales guys offer a free workout, it's like offering me to cook you a meal. I gotta get that palate going for
So
you.
you see it as an opportunity.
100%.
While other trainers look at it like,
Come
like
on, man.
a hassle or something.
If I walked in the barbershop right now and said, yo, could you give me I need a dope bald fade.
Right.
Come on, man. You'd be like, I got you. I'm like, for real, you got me? You're like, I got you.
Right.
Come on, man. These workouts, I was like,
So you're hungry. You're
yeah.
hungry right now. You're looking at everything that they're doing wrong. You seen some all type of
All types of
laziness.
options.
You seen
Oh
all
my
type
goodness.
of antics.
dudes leaning on the machine, shaking their shaker, not even paying no attention to the client,
And
checking
on,
their phone.
And you're on this whole discipline structure program. Like, let's go. Let's get it.
Easy.
So you start training there. You start picking up clients now. They
Yep.
start looking good for you.
Absolutely.
And you got, like, you tapped into like a whole exclusive type of clientele. Like, like the real shot callers and money makers were going to you. They were picking you at that time. What made them be attracted to you? Was it your work ethic?
I think a little bit of that. I think it's like what you talked about before, how you carry yourself.
Right.
Also too, if I go to the barbershop and I see you're always busy, man, every time. So there's something to be said about that. So that helped me. But really just giving these people my all, man. And once it started rolling for me, it really started rolling.
So how many years did you work at the Omni?
I worked at the Omni for about 4, almost 5.
4 or 5 years, and then here we go again. Here goes
Yeah.
another 5 years. And this is something I always talk about. People, make sure that you are constantly developing every single 5 years. Every 5 years, make sure that you're in a better place, in a better space, mentally, physically, financially. And here you are, 5 years prior, you were in Cali.
Yep.
Here we go, another 5 years. You're saying it's almost that 5-year mark. It's time for me to do something different. And
Yep.
you decide that you want to open up your own gym.
Yep.
And how'd that go?
So that is a great question. So like always with training, like you'll get a few people that reach out to you to do some in-home stuff.
Right.
And so I had a lady reach out to me, a real sweet lady, good friend of my business partner to this day, reach out and say, hey, I would like to do some in-home training. And I was like, man, that's gonna be hard for me. I'm real busy, but see what I can do. And then a friend of a friend was like, yo, you really need to train this lady. She's a good person. This could be your ticket out of here. Right. And that always hit, like, I was like, what do you mean by that? He's like, just trust me, man. This could be like a good person for you to help make change the game for you. And I was like, all right. So start training this lady. And she respected my work ethic, saw kind of what I was doing, and just kind of said, how come you don't have a gym? You got this, really good following. You got great work ethic. A lot of people that would, potentially follow you.
So at this point, it went from a potential client that you didn't know if you could squeeze in.
Correct.
You meet her, you start accommodating her schedule.
Yep.
And now you start building a relationship with her.
Correct.
You start building a relationship with the family. You start working her out and all that good stuff. And now she gets to know you as a person.
Correct.
Now, anyone that knows you're a stand-up dude. You know what I mean? And anybody that knows people don't believe in people that aren't stand-up people. People don't believe in lazy people. So if she saw something in you to say, hey, why don't you have your own gym? So what happens at that point?
So we started talking, and I said, listen, because at that point I was considering it, and then it was weird. Again, like you said, like just certain things started happening in the universe. The other gym, like anything, I was asking for a little higher percentage. Typically when you work at a gym, the gym takes what's billed, and then they give the trainer, say, 20%, 30%, 40%.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had worked hard for them. It was just, asking for, like, hey, guys, I'm
a raise.
Yeah.
I need you have to give me a short end of the stick already. I'm over here busting my hump.
Yep.
I want a little bit more. A lot of people afraid to ask for raises. They don't feel like they're worth what they're asking, or they don't know their worth.
Well,
so they don't even ask.
And sometimes, Booms, not everyone is, right? Like, not everyone is the LeBron James on the team. Like, you have role players, but then you have some dudes that you got to give these bonuses to, or you got to. So at any point, I get it now, being an entrepreneur, owning the business, and understanding you got bills. Everyone's got bills. They got bills, but we couldn't agree anymore. So I felt like, you know what? This is my time. This is God showing me again, like, you're worth more.
Right.
And you got to command that. And if they're not going to give it to you, it was weird. I didn't want to leave the Omni, but I felt pushed out. So I left. I go to this lady, I said, I'm out. And they were like, whoa, we were supposed to do this, like, we should have did this a little smarter, but you know me, I'm a little bit.
Right. Because I remember you, there was a period that when you told me that you were going to open up your own gym, there was a period when you left the gym that you were working at where you weren't working at any gym. You were doing strictly house calls.
Yes, sir.
Like you were going from home to home training people.
100%.
That's hard on its own. Like, was that a scary moment for you? How did you feel at that moment? Like, damn, like what did I do?
A little bit. Absolutely boomed, because for me, I'm a very on time person. And when I had to drive to people's houses and traffic and all these moving parts, and I'd end up being late, it would give me anxiety. And these people are paying me money to train them from this time, and then if I got another appointment, as you know, you start getting backed up, starts messing up your whole day. So I didn't really like that, but it made me appreciate and just kind of grind a little harder. Like, I'm gonna make this gym pop, because I see what this is like.
So you acquire a space,
correct,
which is a super dope. It was if I was to describe it, it was like a private warehouse type of space where you made like real chic, like you had like a shower in the bathroom, like you did some crazy stuff there, man. That small gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going to one of you guys' parties there, elaborate party. You had like people blowing fire out their mouths,
yes sir,
spitting fire or whatever, and hanging from silk and things of that nature. You open up the gym, and you start doing really well. Yeah. You started taking off. Like, this thing really started becoming the buzz of the town. I remember hearing people about it say, no, I come over here. You know what I mean? I train with Seth, and your name started buzzing. So when somebody like me that's, from Fort Myers, has been here my whole life, and when I start hearing your name from other people, and I'm like, holy crap, that's the dude that I cut, I cut his hair. You know what I mean? That was a cool feeling on my end. You know what I mean? Like, this dude is super dope. He's super cool. You had a cool vibe about you. You're a go-getter. You're a hustler. You're out there getting it. I very rare and seldom do I meet people like myself. And when I look at you, I'm like, you motivate me, because I'm always on the go too. So I start hearing your name. You start popping, and your gym just starts blowing up after that. Like you overcame the fear. You overcame all the humps and obstacles, and obviously it was a challenge to open up that gym. Yep. And here you are, and you are attracting all the elite people here in Lee County. Yeah. How did that feel at that point? Like, was that a sense of accomplishment? Like, I did it, or were you, or not yet? Not yet, man. Not yet. I'm very proud, and every day I feel blessed, for sure, 100%. But yeah, I haven't had, like, it still feels like just regular to me, man. Right. But very blessed and happy to be in the space that I'm in. So how many members did you start with at the small gym? How many members did man. So at the small gym, it's hard to even say, because the small gym, I did this thing where it was 2,000 square feet. It was like, I didn't even have a sign outside. I wanted it to be like invite only. I wanted it to be like some stuff you'd see like in Beverly Hills, or, you know what I mean, where you had to like know people to get in there. Right. And it helped. It helped pop, because Fort Myers needed something like that. Right. And so people would be like, what do you mean I can't get an appointment with him, And you were right next to, I remember it was a Christian radio station. Yeah, that was and you used to love bumping your music, and they were like giving you problems. That was a problem. That was a problem. 100%. Partly one of the reasons too, which not taking a shot at them, but it was in a commercial space, so we had every right to make the noise. Right. They just were unhappy because they had quiet neighbors for all those years. So we came in, and here you are bumping whatever. Oh man, jumping weights. Tupac we got a couple bad. So is it safe to say that you had about 50 to 100 members? Yeah, I would say, and they were private. It was appointment only. And then I would do a boot camp like once a week or something. And you had a couple trainers working there with you. Yep, I had my girlfriend Nicole, and then I had my boy Saad Enrique was there with us. Right. So Saad's been with you for a while. Long time, man. And Nicole, shout out to Nicole. I mean, that's a challenge on itself. Yeah. Working with your girlfriend every single day. Yeah. And then you got to go home and see her. And then, she's super dope, super cool person, man. She's super driven. She kicked my ass one day working out. I never went back. She still wants you to come back. I'm traumatized. I'm never going to work out with her again. She was pushing me like I was an NFL, player or somebody. Yeah, she kicked my butt, man. Yeah. So shout out to Nicole. But that, you built, you on some Jay-Z, Beyonce type thing. You start building with your girl, and you build your team around you. Exactly. So like you said, it started getting to a point where we needed to expand. Right. So we had to make that decision. So here you are, what was it, 1 year, 2 years in? I think it was about 1 year. 1 year in. 2,000 square feet. And you moved into a what?
9,000 square feet.
9,000. You went from working for someone,
correct,
to working for yourself.
Yes.
Going from 2,000 square feet in a little under a year, and going into a 9,000 square feet unit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
And how did that feel at that moment? Because now you're still at 50 to 100 clients.
Then it felt like, all right, now I'm doing something, because the little one was dope, and
right.
but it was like, all right, this is manageable,
Right.
But then the second spot, I was like, all right,
now you challenge yourself again.
100%.
Here it goes. 100%. Now it's under the 5 year. Now it's 1 year. I'm ready to expand.
This is a big loan now with my investors. Like,
right.
I got to show up and work every
right.
day.
And you met
pressure.
You met some investors.
Correct.
Like, here you go, from Ohio to Cali, from Cali to Florida. You connect with the right people. You built the right type of relationships with the type of people, being who you are, self-driven individual. And you meet these people, and they say, we want to invest with you. We
Correct.
believe in you.
Well, you and I here are saying a lot. It's like game recognizes game, right?
Right.
So hard work recognizes hard work. And so when you go to the gym, and these people would see me training all different types of days, like we were talking about early, typically gym people, we start early, and so we have to train people, the workers, right? So the people that get up early, we got to train them, and then we got to train the after work crew. And then I've just been blessed to always have like some housewives in the middle, and some movers and shakers that can come, that own businesses. Todd 2K, people
Shout
that come in.
Shout out to Todd 2K. That's an insider right there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Todd 2K.
But you know what I'm saying? So
right. So here you are. You move into this 9,000 massive,
big time,
9,000 square feet, massive building.
Had to buy all this equipment, much more debt. Got back. And
you're ready to take it on.
I'm ready. Let's go.
At what point did you feel scared? Like, damn, what did I get myself into? I mean, because 2,000 and 9,000, it was.
All right,
that's a scary feeling.
Not getting too off topic, but I had a business partner at that point, dope dude that ended up flipping on me a little bit. He was one of the first Nike CrossFit Games athletes, but he decided that he wanted to do his own thing. So that kind of hurt a little bit, like just
at that point.
I mean, we were brand new, and then now I got this dude leaving. So that just meant, but for me, it just meant, all right, I got to dig in a little more.
Right.
So with that being said, I really had to step my game up and just go extra.
Looking back at it now, where you're at today, are you happy that he cut?
Sometimes I wish all the best for that guy, man. I mean, he's still my boy to this day, but sometimes
on the financial aspect, not as him as a person. We know he's a cool person.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better. The team moves different. Like you have a different chemistry with different people, and sometimes eliminating certain chemistries is the best thing overall.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Everybody's not everybody's cup of tea.
100%.
And he's doing really great right now. Shout out to him.
Yep.
And whatnot. Now here you are, 9,000 square feet.
Yep.
You go from 50 to 100 clients. Now, where are you at right now?
We're over. I got over 300 members that just train in the classes.
Wow.
Yeah, massive. And that's not counting like all the training clients. So
massive.
We're at probably 100, 400, 500 members.
And this is a private gym that's focused primarily on CrossFit
boot camp, and like high intensity training. So what I did, Booms, was the average gym wants to charge you, say, $10 to $20. They really don't want you to come. They want you to pay the monthly, but not come in and use their equipment. They just
sleeping giants. They just want
correct.
you to just. That's what I am.
Not so much, right? It's not so much money that you're gonna quit because you're like, man, I still go sometimes.
Right.
But you just give them that little, and it adds up, man. Right. For me, I charge $130 a month. If you're not using that. So this is the thing. I would break it down a lot of different ways, but if you use it, if you come 20 days out of the month, you're spending $1 or $2 a day for your health. That's not a lot of money.
That's not a lot.
To have a coach tell you what to do and lead you through, and you don't got to.
And it kind of motivates you, people. Like, I'm paying more, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this gym because I'm paying a lot more than the $24.
And you have trainers and people doing this stuff with you, holding you accountable.
Right.
And then that's the whole thing. And so if you're spending $130 a month, you're gonna use it. And then you're going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to tell your friends are going to notice. So it's a no-brainer for me. And that's the other thing is if someone's not using it, I'm going to call them and be like, hey, I haven't seen you in the gym.
Right.
I want to see you in here. And like, man, I hurt my back, whatever. And we address that.
What's so cool about you and your gym, I mean, Iron DNA Fitness, man, it's crazy, like your work ethic, man. You're the boss in there. Everybody got to answer to you. Mm-hmm. Like even your investors, they still train with you.
Oh yeah.
No one tells you what to do. You're the man. That's your gym, right?
Yes, sir.
But you're the guy folding the towels. You're the guy doing the laundry. You're the guy sweeping. You're the guy mopping. You're the guy cleaning the toilets in the bathroom. Like, you get down and dirty at your gym. You don't wait around for anybody to do it.
No.
You don't bitch and complain about it. You just get it done.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your drive behind that? Like, you got employees to do that, but yet you're still doing it. You're like me. The first thing I do when I walk in my barbershop is I pick up a mop bucket and I go straight to the bathroom just to make sure that bathroom is clean,
right,
for the ladies that go in there with their kids or whatnot. You know what I mean? But that's just part of my work ethic. What drives you? Like,
yeah, 100%. What you just said right there. And then I'm the type person, boom. Like, if you're on my team, whether it's in sports, whatever, like, you know, Seth's coming ready. Like, he's bringing 100%.
Right.
He's gonna have the equipment, and that's how I am. So when I go into work, I want it to be good for all my employees. Number one, definitely the members that are spending a lot of money and supporting me. So that's number two. And then for me, it's just my personality, man. Like, I like to be in clean environments, so I like stuff put back, you know, so it's in, like, you know, you put your clippers back in the right spots when you need that number one guard, you know, right where that joint is. Same with me. I just like some control, you know, my gym's very chaotic at points, but then it needs to get back to, I need to see, you know, if I need a few seconds to find a band, I want to have an idea.
And you're the type of person that you don't even like if they don't want to do it, cool, I'll do it. Just because it's yours is mine, I'm going to take pride in it.
100%.
And I'll do it.
And I think you got to lead by example, right? Like you said, if you come in looking the freshest at the shop, same as me.
Right.
Like, we come in looking bummy.
You becoming fresh, man. Like, you have a different pair of shoes for every single day. Like, there's only one other person that I know that has probably as many shoes. I mean, I got a lot of shoes. I got over 250 pairs, but you are like on a whole nother level. Like, you had a closet customized just for your shoes.
Yes.
That was like insane when you showed me the before and after picture of that closet. The closet's insane. You guys
I got to do another one too, actually, soon.
You know, my man Danny, Success Addict over there in New
He's
Jersey.
doing it for sure.
He's definitely a shoe
He's
junkie.
major. He's major.
I've seen his closet, and it's like half the basement in his house. It's like it's insane. You know what I mean? But you go in there, you're fresh to death. You got a different shoe for every day. I don't even know when you repeated a shoe. You know what I mean?
We could go a couple months for sure.
Couple months for
sure. No repeat.
And you're just out there working out. You're the freshest in there. You keep a fresh haircut. Like, you have like the flyest stuff in that gym. Like, you have Lululemon. You have like all
cryotherapy.
Talk about that real quick.
Cryotherapy machine.
That's
Basically,
a machine that you go in and you like freeze your balls off.
Basically, exactly. Good, no pun intended. But yeah, you go in there. It's like an ice bath. So athletes have been using ice bath since the beginning of time.
Right.
The thing about ice bath is they want you to sit in there for 10 minutes, which is hard. It's terrible.
Right.
It hurts. I'm a wimp when it comes to that. Like, I'm not sitting in there for the 10 minutes. So then you're not getting the full benefits of it. Number one, you get out, you're wet, soaking wet. You got dry off, change your clothes, all that stuff. Cryotherapy is dry. So you get into a chamber. So if you come to my gym, you get in a chamber.
That's a joint that Mayweather was doing, right?
Exactly. You come out, it takes 3 minutes. We put you down to some negative temperatures of like negative 240, but it never touches your skin. Your skin never feels cold.
Wow.
You feel cold. I would put an equivalent of like, if you and I were chilling in Alaska and I kicked you outside in your drawers. Right. You, like, for the first minute, you'd be like, ha. Yeah. And then you'd be like, no, dog, let me in. But by the end, you'd be like, you know, your body goes through a little fight or flight. And it's very, very interesting. Right. So it's super good for osteoporosis. It was started from a Japanese doctor for fibromyalgia, which is just something where it's terrible. I mean, people are in pain all the time. Right. But athletes use it for recovery. People use it for sleep, skin conditions. It's amazing for just your skin. When you get out of there, you know, if like you jump in some cold water, you get out, you feel like a real endorphin rush. Right. It's like that. It's like a little bit of Cuban coffee. Like, you come out, you're hype. You know, so you're ready to go. And then the muscles, if you had some inflammation, will be a little bit better at least.
So how much does that machine actually cost, that cryotherapy?
So cryotherapy, depending on which one you get, it's anywhere from like say 50 to 80,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you had to have that in your gym.
We didn't have to have it, but I wanted to differentiate myself. Absolutely.
You want to be that one that's ahead of the game.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I mean? You want to offer something that nobody else offers.
Definitely.
Are there anybody that uses the machine that's not a member at the gym?
Definitely.
Yeah,
actually,
really?
a lot.
So people come in from outside and go and just do their little therapy and leave. How much do you charge for that?
It depends. It depends, but it's around $40 for 3 minutes.
$40 for 3
Yeah,
minutes?
but like, it'd be like almost like, say, a tanning place.
Wow.
We offer packages, so like if you buy 20, I'll give you a discount. Like and
$40 I'm in the wrong business, man. $40 for 3 minutes,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You sucking it, man.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Mm-hmm. So then you got the food thing. You got prep meals there. Like
100%.
you got a whole thing. Like, and even if someone, let's say, wasn't sure about what to eat, Nicole does.
Absolutely, Nicole,
she's a nutritionist.
Nicole is a nutritionist. So there's a difference between a nutritionist and an RDA, a registered dietitian. She's not that, but a nutritionist, and so she could definitely program and dial you in. Like I could, trainers were also, but we have a smaller window.
Right.
She's able to like sit down with someone and explain in much more detail,
right,
on what to eat.
So they say that most successful people get up before 5 a.m. Tell me what's the day of Seth Hayes, man?
All right, so tomorrow morning my alarm's gonna hit off about 3:30. 3:30 in the morning. I'll get up.
3:30 a.m.
3:30 a.m. No snooze. We talked about
snooze.
that. Never. You could ask my girl; she would testify. Never.
3 a.m. You're up and at it.
3:30 a.m. No snooze. I get up, and like anybody, that when the feet hit the floor, I'm like, damn, man,
Right.
like cussing myself a little bit. I walk out, get the coffee going, let the dogs out if they get up with me. If not, I like to sit in my room. I got like, I'm a little bit of a hippie. I think those California, I got like the Himalayan salt lamps and zero gravity chair and all that kind of stuff. And I like to go in my little room and
meditate.
just vibe out. Yeah. I like to just be quiet for the first few minutes and just kind of think.
Right.
And I'll kind of visualize my day in my head. And then I'm like you. I like taking notes. I have some personalized note paper that my clients make me. Shout out Lulu's local little lady.
Shout out to Lulu's.
Yeah,
man. They got the dopest soaps.
Not Lululemon, but Lulu's,
Lulu.
the local store.
Right.
So she personalized real dope stuff.
Soaps and candles.
Yeah. So she makes me these cool notepads with like my little sayings on them, and so it's just cool, And so I'll sit and I write out my day, and so I'll write out each person. So tomorrow I'll write out all 16 of my clients.
Right.
And based on what I did with them last time, or if I saw them yesterday, that would change obviously what we do today.
Really?
Yeah.
So every day you customize something different.
100%.
For each one of those people.
Personalized, absolutely.
Wow. So then you get up, you hit the gym. What time are you at the gym?
Gym first session starts at 5:30. So one of my rules is you got to be early, man. Like when people come in, you train with me, you're going to see everything set up. I'm going to have your towel and your water already lined up for you. I'm going to have a board written out with your name on it and basically what we're doing.
This is all at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so I get to the gym about 5. I make sure everything is dope. Like, and in my gym, we start classes at 5. So when I walk in, I get there about, right on time. We start classes. And so I'm making sure that, number one, my staff is there. Everyone's on point.
Right.
I want to see the towels. I want to see the coolers on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So your staff's already there when you walk in. They're
Yeah.
already training. They're already getting things going.
We're getting things popping.
You go in there. You start your session at 5:30.
Yeah, I try to be kind of like what you do when you come into the barbershop. You know what I mean? I want to acknowledge people, look them in the eye.
But you're not just a trainer, you're a personal trainer.
100%.
So your clients that you have strictly work out with you.
Correct. I teach 3 classes at my gym a week that anybody could come to.
Right.
But any other time you see me, it's an individual private. You might see a group of 6.
Right.
But that's 6 friends that have like communicated and locked that time down, and like they're like, oh, we want this time forever,
Right.
So
your day starts off at 5:30. You
5:30.
start getting it in. What time do you have lunch?
So tomorrow, like today, I did 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. So I did 7 hours right in a row, no break. I didn't pee, nothing. Boom,
nothing.
No, just kidding. Straight through, right?
Right.
And just straight grinding.
Right.
And then I go home, eat. I'll sit down for about an hour and a half, have a little chicken salad or something, protein shake, some almonds, Sports Center, kind of just catch up a little bit, and then I'll rework that half of the day. So I'll just take a look because my gym, depending on what's going on, the classes can look very different. So say if I wanted to bench press with you and the gym, CrossFit's benching, it's gonna be, I might need to switch things,
right?
Stuff like that. So just
and then if anybody knows you're like, once you're locked in with that person, you're locked in. You're not
locked in.
No
dog.
cell phone.
Nah.
You're not paying attention.
Nope.
Your Instagram, like you. It's so easy to do that as a personal trainer, right? While you got somebody over there doing push-ups, you be out there with your
absolutely,
phone.
Or just spacing out, looking at girls in the gym,
and
or
you're
whatever.
Not. You're just focused strictly on that client. Then you catch up.
You got to
like you said at home, you get that hour and a half where you catch up and check your phone. And
re-energize, kind of,
Then you go back to the gym.
Back to the gym for another, depending 3-4 hours.
And go hard again.
Go hard again.
And then after the gym, what are you doing? You cleaning up, you organizing things, you're shutting it down, but you're making sure that everything's up to par.
100%. So before we leave, I have a lot of rules. Like, like just like the barbershop, man.
Right.
You got certain, like it needs to look a certain way when we come in the morning.
Right.
Right. It just makes it easier for everyone. So that, number one, make sure, do my schedule. I like everyone to write their schedule for the next day out so I can kind of take a look at what the gym's going to look like and when it's going to be real busy and kind of, staff and make sure the towels and stuff like that accordingly.
Right.
Then I'll shoot home, get some food. And then, we got a dog. I have a dog that takes, she's a diabetic and she's blind and needs insulin. So I do that every single night. So I have to shoot home from work and do that. And Nicole, my girlfriend, does it in the morning.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I mean, if anybody's been to that gym is nothing like I've ever seen before. I've been to a lot of gyms all over the world.
Yes.
I've traveled, I've seen so much, and that gym is something beautiful. Like, you just walk in there, massive 9,000 square feet, and you have like a little lounge area, some white leather couches.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's plush. I mean, that thing is super dope. Then you started doing these parties, these yearly private parties, invite only, which I could proudly say I've been invited to every one of them. So
yes,
and each one of them is super elaborate, super different, super extravagant. You had robots at one there. You had Transformers.
That one was dope.
That one was crazy. You had people walking on stilts. You had magicians. You had it's like an adult, fantasy land.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's like Las Vegas type
right.
stuff.
You have the DJ up there. I don't even know where the hell you put him.
He was on top
of
like my squat cages.
Yeah, you made a whole DJ thing off those squat cages up there. Like, he was up there on the top. You had to climb up there. You had a stage. You had a dance floor.
Yeah.
You had lighting in there. You turned it into a whole club. You moved all the machines. I mean, this looked like a massive club. You had security, you had valet parking, you had people out there in the tuxedo greeting people. Like, you went over and beyond. What made you do these parties? Like, was that just like a hey, thank you to your clients type of thing?
Absolutely. And shout out to my investors. Shout out big time. It was 100% their deal. They just asked me, like, am I down? You know what I mean? And they would help, facilitate it, everything. And obviously it's my space, and would I be okay with, taking it there, because it's like my house, Right. And I say, and
they know how you are. They know you very
absolutely,
you like your things a certain type of way. You got 100%. OCD, which means I'm the same way. I got OCD. Right. I like my things lined
up. For sure, man.
And anybody that's ever seen you at these parties know that you're partying, but you're itching just to shut it down. Like, sure. Hey, I'm doing this, but I'm ready to put everything right back in place.
I try to not be like you said, where it's so obvious, but you can tell. Yeah. Like, everyone's partying at my house, you know what I'm saying? And I can't really chill out too much.
That's super dope. So how many years have you been here now in Florida?
I've been in Florida for 10.
10 years, a whole decade has passed.
Yeah, man.
2020, so you came around in 2010. A whole decade has passed. You've gone from being an employee to somebody with a vision, with a dream, that moved over here with not knowing anyone.
Correct.
To opening up your very own 9,000 square feet gym, and you have done a phenomenal job, my friend.
Thank you.
The people that you have around you is a direct reflection of who you are, and you are extraordinary, my brother. There's not too many people that I know like you. Give me 3 tips that you would give to anybody as an entrepreneur starting out. Maybe they're scared, maybe they don't believe in themselves, maybe they don't believe in their dreams. Give them 3 tips before we close out.
I would say any entrepreneur, like, number one, like you said, you got to have a vision. And then you got to be ready to execute that vision by any means necessary. So I work, even now, man, I'm successful. I work 7 days a week, and that can't be any kind of compromise. So you have to be very, very, very consistent in what you do.
Right.
And you got to believe in that. So for me, they say it takes 6 to 10 years to be a master at anything, or 10,000 hours.
Right.
And the way that you and I work, I accomplished that early, man. So with that being said, I think, whatever it is that you're going for, you have to have fire and believe that you can do whatever it is that you're setting forth doing. And you got to go all in, man.
So there you go. Those are 3 keys. Have the vision, be consistent, and believe in that dream, and believe in yourself, man.
Yep. I would say consistent in the biggest capital words in anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything.
Consistency is key.
Working out, life, working hard, your diet.
Anything. Anything
consistency. Your girl, like, you know,
Yeah,
your relationships, like you have to be consistent. And
a lot of people
put work in, man.
problem in you know, some people are so close to their dreams and they're about to cross over, and then, you know, they don't believe in themselves and it's getting a little hard, and then they stop being consistent. And I think that's a major flaw in a lot of us, you know what I mean, as human beings, is consistency in the things that we do or don't do, you know. For what real. I mean? Seth, it's always a pleasure, my brother. Thank you for being on the show. Yeah. This is the Boombox, ladies and gentlemen. We want to motivate you. We want to inspire you with the stories that we have and the individuals. You already know you could tune in at 94.9 The City FM and check us out on every major platform. You know what it is, man. It's the Boombox, baby. Boom! This program was brought to you by Elite DNA Therapy Services, a comprehensive approach. Visit them in Fort Myers and Cape Coral. Also by the Black Sheep Men's Parlor for the gentleman who enjoys being different.